Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. How are we all today? Wherever you are in the world when you're watching this, I hope you're staying safe. Thank you for your support and all your wonderful comments. They are read, every single one is read and truly appreciated. I wanted to jump on quickly this afternoon and do a reading on what's going on in Portland, Oregon. Of course, you would know it's not just in America. Everybody's watching on, a little bit aghast as to what is occurring. We thought we'd seen it all when Trump and Barr sent in their militia, we'll call it a militia, into Washington to break up peaceful protests. It's the same sorts of things are going on in Portland, in Oregon. The governor there has asked them to leave. She's saying they're making it worse. When I tuned into the reading, I also did, before I jumped on, what I got was a holier than thou attitude. There are some that actually think that what they're doing in these lawless democratic states is bringing forward law and order. So it is this holier than thou kind of energy. It's stark politicization. There is very little truth here. I jumped onto a far right winged Twitter site to see exactly what view they were looking at this from. Of course, all the clips show a subset of the protesters who are graffitiing walls, who are looting, who are being violent in some way. Well, violent is too strong a word. They are expressing their frustration. And then the other clips will show violent gangs. It's all about painting this picture that there is a lawlessness, particularly in democratic states. The actual truth, because there's not a truth here, this is a rampant, ugly, sinister political move. The reality is that the bulk of the protesters are peaceful. What this militia, this Trump-Barr militia, is doing is they're coming in unmarked camouflage uniforms. They don't identify themselves. They take peaceful protesters who are not breaking the law away. One clip that was very upsetting was a journalist who was she was vomiting because of the tear gas they had used on her. They took a press pass, they took her wallet, they took her mobile phone and arrested her. This is a member of the press. These actions are lawless within themselves. So there are two things here. I feel that they are trying to instill fear. This is the move of an authoritarian government, and a government that does not in itself respect the law, because they were, in these clips, arresting peaceful protesters. Now let's see what the energy, I'm using my Shaman Oracle. I want to see what the energy is. We've got a new moon coming up in Cancer. There are high emotions here. And really at this stage, anything could happen. When you get this highly charged events, you can get people from the fringes who may, it is within the realm of possibility that you could see a homemade bomb detonated. That sort of thing. It's really, very upsetting. So let's have a look. The energy. What is the energy spirit behind this? Why is this happening? What is the direction this is heading in? What is the energy behind this government militia? Okay, so I won't take those. What is this? What is this energy behind this government militia? All right, stop there. The journey, that's interesting. The journey. This is all part of events. It's interesting that I did pull this card. This is part of events playing out which will end ultimately in the removal of Trump one way or another, and or bar. There have been cries. What is the House doing? Held by the Democratic Party. We've got in America your co-equal branches, but we've got the journey here. This is all part of a movement fueled by the government really breaking its own laws. The journey, there will be insurrection, I feel, coming from this. It's an energy replacing this male dominated, and I don't want to get too far into the masculine and the feminine, but we are seeing what this domineering, I guess, win at all costs, divisive, aggressive type energy is getting us. And I guess what they're doing in a way, when they say that the democratic states are the ones that are lawless, they're projecting their own almost violence onto peaceful protesters in a way to try and make them something that they're not. So the journey, they're using that small subset of protesters to really try and paint a particular picture. But this journey energy is showing me that it is not in itself going to work. The journey energy is more a lawful energy. It's a non-violent energy. It is the energy of your civil rights heroes, of course, one of which passed recently, John Lewis. This is the energy of your civil rights movement. So even though they will thrust the militia onto these peaceful protests, it's not going to work. It has nowhere to go. In a democracy, it has nowhere to go. Ultimately, the battle will be hard, and the battle will be tough, and the battle will be bloody. But this aggressive, domineering, masculine, I'm just going to say masculine type of energy, because that is not gender specific. It's talking about this aggressive masculine energy. It's almost like it is trying to dominate this more sustainable energy. All right, so the journey, it is part of the journey that we are seeing in the United States at the moment. The spiral, I talked about spiral energy. It is almost like a tornado, and this is why I worry that there could be these extremists do some extreme things. The spiral. We've got number 29, which is breaking down to an 11. This is the individual trying to have their expression, but there is change. There is flux and change going on in the collective at the moment. But we've got the blade. The blade, I love this card. It is almost to me like the sword of truth. It is a healing, number 6. It is a healing energy. The truth will ultimately be sustainable. That is what I feel. And if you look back to your civil rights movement and what occurred there, the truth ultimately took you through. It's the journey, at the heart of the journeyman, the journey woman, the journeyman, the journey. It is the truth. It is the truth. And we've got wisdom, with wisdom sitting above. It's almost like this person has become wisdom itself. So these are the heroes that won't be silenced. So you've got this energy here, this tornado-like energy, but ultimately you have this. What is the journey? The journey is the truth. The journey is the truth. Now at the base here we've got the heart of the sky. Again, another 6, the heart of the sky, which is showing me that in the middle of the battlefield, so to speak, there is a healing, a returning, an opening up, a returning to that heart chakra. And I think if you can look for the many, many examples, of those helping others are coming together, you'll see that this journey energy is far, far greater than this dominating, aggressive energy that Trump and Barr are trying to bring forward at the moment. But I think if you go back to your civil rights movements, to the kind of era that someone like Martin Luther King and John Lewis lived through, battled through, won through, you will see that ultimately you can go back to history and see what happens when you get this kind of action that Trump and Barr are bringing forward. They do believe certain sections of the Republican Party actually does believe that what Barr and Trump are doing is a holy and right thing to do. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. I do feel the Queen of Pentacles is showing me that they are quite worried about the economy. Maybe they know things that we don't, and they're setting up this kind of militia to try and control things. It's almost like they are frightened themselves, that they, living in the gated communities, that the masses in America will somehow break out and get control of things. So again, they're appealing to those, I guess, the section of the Republican Party that does not consider the ordinary everyday person. They're trying to protect their gated communities. All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. All right, let's just take an overview. Why are they deploying this militia? Because I know that this is part of their campaign strategy. Why are they deploying division? Why are they deploying their militia? Why are they deploying their militia? Yeah, it's media too. They want the footage shown. They're trying to influence voters, and it's playing to the fears. Okay, the fears of those people in the gated communities, in the suburbs, with their family. We will keep you safe. All right. Remember, those people in the suburbs were the people that basically were responsible for the Democratic victory in 2018. The suburbs. I think if you go back through my readings, you'll see they are the electorate, the part of the electorate Trump is trying to win over. So I'm just seeing like a recording studio, Spirit's giving me that symbol. Every time there is footage, it's like a campaign ad for Trump. All right, footage of these militia arresting the protesters. Okay, so show me why Trump and Barr are deploying this militia. Page of Cups. So this is surprise news as the foundation. Oh, look, I've got this full moon now. We've got this new moon coming into Cancer on the 20th of July. And we've got this Page of Cups. I do feel that there will be some kind of revelation around that period. You know, around the 21st of July, and for that whole week, really going up to the 31st of July, there's going to be something coming out. We've got the challenge by the Three of Wands: trade, expansion, commerce, self-interest as well, waiting for their ships to come in. they're trying to hold on, as I said, this masculine type of aggressive energy. Not all masculine or yang, yin and yang. Yang energy is aggressive. Please remember that. But they're trying to hold on to their power. The King of Pentacles is the foundation of the reading. Of course, this is my card for Trump, the business person. These are kind of tactics he would have employed in the past when he was in business. He was urging governors to dominate protesters, dominate others. I found Mary Trump's interviews very enlightening. I also found the interview between Fox News anchor Christopher Wallace, is it, and Trump, very revealing. Mary Trump says he lies as a power play over people. When you don't push back, he thinks he's more powerful. Well, Chris Wallace pushed back, and you saw just how aggressive Trump became. So it's not the vast majority of people that I have or comments that I've seen aren't surprised by this behaviour, sending this militia in. Strength and endurance, again, this is a gentle strength. So I think you have to be mindful just how powerful peaceful, lawful protests are. Again, going back to your civil rights heroes, this is this gentle strength. This is not brute strength. And I associate that with the journey card that I pulled at the beginning of this reading. What's crowning this reading is endings or death. The Grim Reaper. That is what's crowning this reading. Endings. Is he trying to stave off an ending? Let's keep going. Yeah, the Knight of Swords in the immediate future. This is this truth, this harsh truth coming forward. This is playing for the long game, I feel. And again, I'm being drawn to the full moon in these cards. Let me bring the laptop down. Something is going to be revealed. And this is of course to try and put this Trump, the businessman, into, or Trump, the acting like the businessman, into a light where he is the keeper of the law. Interesting, I didn't get the Emperor. I got the businessman here, which is sort of gelling with something else that might be emerging. The energy, that spiral energy with this Eight of Wands, but this is also lots and lots of headlines. The environment around is, it's not just in the US. Everybody is, the 10 of Wands carrying a heavy burden. It's interesting that these two cards are both Wands, fire energy. One is things coming forward very, very quickly, and this person is struggling to hold them up. So this, again, is the energy around Trump. I asked, why is he doing this? Trying to hold things together. Things are spiraling out of his control. He's aware of the power behind that energy, the journey. This kind of energy carries with it such strength. The Hierophant in the hopes and the fears. This is government and the courts intervening. The hope is that the law will stand, that they can't submerge that law, bend that law. The Two of Cups. This is a pact that they have had with somebody, with each other. The Two of Cups, commitment, contracts to lie and deceive. This is not a bid for law. This is a bid to continue doing more of what they've done, to lie and deceive, to grab those headlines, to take the focus away from what these bombshell type news that keeps coming out. They want to dominate the headlines here. The Seven of Pentacles, we've got economic downturn. Trump knows that a weak economy will impact on his re-election chances. He's also trying to control the narrative again. Now, this is very important. These are the Republicans that are turning away from him. He is trying to establish his power back. Remember, I did that reading a few days ago talking about his power is being eroded. He's trying to grab it back. We have the Knight of Pentacles. He's utilizing mercenaries, basically. But we've got the Four of Cups, this disappointment. Again, even though he's showing this brute power, or this bid for brute power, his power is actually eroding him. And we've got the Sun, of course the pandemic, the virus, and of course the constant truth which is emerging. Again, trying to stop this, people moving away from him and garner back support. Now the question here is, I saw that Knight of Pentacles. People have been asking, is this Eric Prince behind the gathering of this force, the training? They haven't had any training at all. The Deputy Cabinet Secretary is Chad Wolf. What an apt name, a wolf, a predator. He is saying that these forces, this militia, will be deployed elsewhere to stop these protesters. Again, the fear of the strength in America. I just want to pull out that, where did that journeyman go? In America, the of this energy. These are very important cards. The journey, the civil rights movement, that kind of energy is there. It's turbulent. It's a battle, but this energy is sustaining. We do have the truth trying to emerge here. The blade shows us it won't be a peaceful struggle, and the heart of the sky. People are grieving what is occurring at the moment, which is just reinforcing this kind of energy even further. So they know it. I'll leave that journeyman out. Let's have a look. This is a getting of wisdom here. What emerged from the civil rights movement was this wisdom here around inequality and prejudice and racism. This is another getting of wisdom, and people are going to be inspired here. It's going to drive people all the more toward Joe Biden. For some reason, I just don't think this is going to work, because the energy, this heart of the sky energy, is the prevailing energy. Another 6, a healing energy. People don't want to be suppressed and violently, violently and unlawfully arrested while they're protesting their right, their civil liberty. Their civil liberties are being taken away. So this is not a winning strategy. Let's have a look. Eric Prince, is he behind this? Did Eric Prince have... Okay, I heard he's advising Trump. Eric Prince is advising Trump and Barr. So show me, is Eric Prince involved in this? Is Eric Prince involved in this? We've got the Star of Hope, which is flowing out. Please, I'm going to sit that behind. Sit that with the journey here. These two cards, the journey and the Star of Hope, are very important. Okay, Eric Prince, show me. Is Eric Prince behind this? Is Eric Prince behind this? Yeah. What did I tell you? I don't need to go any further. He is taking an advisory role. This is the mercenaries for hire. And we've got the 9 of Cups, which is really something that I think he's wanted to do on American soil for quite some time. And we've got Trump being right in the frame. This is a wish fulfillment for Trump, because Trump is feeling cornered. So what does he do? He draws on somebody like, that's the Lover's card, my card for Trump, the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, and the Mercenaries. Trump is feeling like he's safer, like he, again, playing into this illusion and delusion. All right, let's have a look if what's going to stop these militia. Of course, the ACLU, your civil liberties not-for-profit, is suing, as is the Portland governor and attorney general. The Oregon governor and attorney general. Let's have a look. What will stop this? We've got the Ten of Pentacles. This is coming back to the truth coming out about Trump. That's what will stop this. Okay. And by the way, I think Mary Trump, I haven't read the book, but I think she is doing an absolutely, sort of like fighting fire with fire. That's how I feel. She's got that ability, that Trumpian ability to bring forward an alternative narrative that's just as powerful. She's hitting her uncle where it hurts. All right. So what is going to stop this militia, government instigated militia? What will stop it? What will stop it? Oh dear. What will stop this government militia from arresting peaceful protesters? Ace of Pentacles, new starts. Okay, there could be some kind of, and the Eight of Cups, walking away from something that is no longer working. We do have the Democrats, and we've got the High Priestess, and the Four of Pentacles. There's some information that is going to emerge. This is stopping Trump in his tracks. This is who he's financially, I guess, dealing with. There is some sort of information still to come out, lies and deceit. There's a deception here and an ending of his presidency. So I don't know what that is. I have to say, Cy Vance has already convened the grand jury. The judge heard arguments. Trump's lawyer didn't have anything new to present. Same old tight-old arguments. And they've asked them to come back in August. So I haven't ruled out the speed. I said that would move quite quickly. Let's have a look here. So it looks like what will stop is something emerging about Trump. Now, let's see what that is. There's a Star of Hope and the Journey here. I'm going to check in with Trump's health again. I'm going to check in there. I did have a viewer ask me to read on that. Read on it many times. Four of Swords, retreat, ill health keeps coming up. Let's have a look. There's something else, not that it is his health, I don't feel, but there's something else going to emerge, and it could be in any of those cases. It could be Cy Vance's, the financials. It could be in the Epstein case, Audrey Strauss as well, who wouldn't be silenced. It could be any number of those things that will incriminate Trump beyond what's the word, salvageable for him politically. All right, so let's have a look. All right, let's just ask, what is likely to come out? What is likely to come out? Okay, what is likely to come out? Okay, I'm seeing that Ten of Wands again. This is could be again around his health, but what is likely to come out that will damage Trump in the lead up to the election? What is likely to come out that will damage Trump in the lead up to the election? Four of Swords. I'm coming back to his health again. Retreat. Challenged by restriction. It's actually reversed. Fear, restriction, panic. Three of Wands, dealings, overseas dealings here. trade, commerce, expansion. Trump's businesses in the past is what I'm getting a draw to, whatever those businesses were. The Eight of Cups in the past, that's in the past position, loss, turning away from something which is no longer working. Three of Swords, heartbreak, loss and betrayal. I didn't ask the specific question around his health, but it is appearing here as well. The Page of Pentacles, his financials weighing on him. Let me bring this laptop down. We've got retreat, ill health, stepping back from something, a loss in the battle, challenged by the easing of restrictions on something. This is trade, commerce, whatever he was involved in, the way that he made his money in the past. We do have the Three of Swords, heartache. We do have the Page of Pentacles, some kind of news. In the here and now, we've got my Four of Wands are coming together at the community level. It is around some kind of secret that is going to emerge, something that is hidden here, something that is still hidden from our view and hidden from the democratic view as well. We do have a spy in the camp as well, in the hopes and fears. Again, it's coming back to his money. The Knight of Wands, a movement here to get his money, and the King of Wands, the courts, lawmakers, bringing forward particular skills. Underneath here, we do have this Queen of Pentacles again. We do have lots of news, headlines, information coming out very, very quickly. And we do have the Ten of Wands, which is what I saw. This is the energy that I tap into Trump at the moment, despite this show of I guess brute strength, brute force, sending those militia in. He's struggling. I want to now go to his health, because I got so many cards that would indicate some kind of downturn, and to ask the question that my viewer wanted me to ask: is Trump's health going to fail him completely? Is Trump's health going to take a turn for the worse? All right, let me tune in here. Is Trump's health going to take a turn for the worst? Is Trump's health? Is Trump's health going to take a turn for the worst? Complete and utter downfall, the Ten of Swords. He's either going challenged by a balance needing to come into things. The Chariot, something's going to happen really, really quickly that I think has a bearing on this question. The Seven of Cups, illusion and delusion. We've got in the sky, Hanged Man, suspension stopped. Something's going to stop him in his tracks. We've got partisanship, obstacles, challenges in the immediate future. We do have Nine of Pentacles, freedom, independence. He's either going to, and the voter here, he's either going to do something that goes, over the line, is a line too far, and his own party will find that they can't sanction it. It could be also something will emerge that they will choose to bring balance back into the situation. He's going to be stopped, or his health could be such that he's, clearly needs to go, or has been taken out in some way. The Six of Swords are healing, another six here, and we've got Ace of Cups, which is a yes card. It is new starts. A waiting period, be patient, new starts are on their way, 2 months, the Two of Wands, and we've got disappointment. Let's see well, this is Trump, disappointment for Trump, but we've got some kind of new start manifesting it's hard to put a time limit on it, but there is a new start on its way. We've got the Democrats here. I keep getting these same cards. The Knight of Wands, a movement, endings and beginnings to end his presidency. We've got this beautiful, gentle strength, this journey card, and we do have new starts, 2 aces. Okay. All right. I don't know, how all of this is going to work. But there is something, a new start being actualized. I feel the Democrats will be stepping in some way because we've got something. There's a downfall coming for Trump. Whether that's now, whether that's post-election, I think I talked about two possibilities. It could go either way. But I do feel there's something significant that will occur. I asked about his health. I don't feel his health is at all stable either. Is he going to pass? I didn't see the death card, yet the death card keeps coming up time and time again. What I do see is a complete and utter downfall, and he's challenged by this rebalancing energy here, the energy of balance. So we have this energy, this masculine brute force energy being challenged by something far more powerful, far more sustaining, far more life-affirming. And we do have that star of hope coming here. So ultimately, even though it looks like he's going to, he's triumphant at the moment with his militia, sending in his militia. There's something occurring that will force, or that will stop him and will render his presidency null and void. If that's the election, that's fine. But I do see his health under a continued cloud. And it could get worse because the 10 of Swords is a complete and utter breakdown, downfall, ending. That's Trump at the moment, even though it doesn't look like it. The Hanged Man. Okay, well, I'll leave it there. Eric Prince has definitely been advising Trump. There are sections of the Republicans, i.e. people in gated communities, that look upon these protesters as low lives, as scum, as, something not equal to them. They are being played to politically. And he's trying to portray the Democratic governors, the Democratic states, as not being able to handle law and order. But this is going to backfire on him in some way because that Hierophant card came out at the beginning there as well. So ultimately, it's just not going to work. And I'm going to stick to that because there's so much fear. What if he declares martial law? And what if he doesn't, if the election isn't held? Well, I keep seeing him going one way or another. I don't know how many more times that I need to say that. He is going one way or another.